Did you know that at one point Will Smith was set to play Neo in The Matrix? Did you know that?
Yeah, I did.
What do you think about... Try to imagine Will Smith as Neo doing everything that Keanu Reeves did. Can you imagine Will Smith doing all the kung fu and...
I think I could. I could imagine that.
Yeah.
My thing, though, Will Smith's body type
Yeah.
would not have been right. No, I'm saying this after the fact. He may have pulled it off.
Yeah.
I'm sure he could.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that Keanu Reeves, even though he's very tall, I heard, he doesn't have that buff. He's normal,
Yeah,
unassuming.
he's slim, yeah.
So, that body type pulling off what Neo could do sells better for me.
Right.
Rather than the big buff guy.
Yeah.
Doing what a big buff guy should be able to do kind of thing.
I hate how people, bash on Keanu Reeves for being a terrible actor. I
don't think he's a terrible actor.
I don't think that at all. The Devil's Advocate, I think, is one of his finest works to date. His finest performances, that is. But I always admired Keanu Reeves' choices. Johnny Mnemonic, if you remember that film.
Yeah.
I think that was almost like a precursor to The Matrix.
Quite possibly, yeah.
I always enjoyed that film. Alright, there's the whole Bill and Ted stuff, but we were kids in the 90s, dude. We enjoyed all kinds of crazy shit, Yeah. But what do you think is Will Smith's best movie, though? Because I do think Will Smith is a fantastic actor.
I think he's good, yes.
Sometimes I don't think it's his decisions that change the course of a film, although I could be wrong. Who knows, right? But there are certain things that in some of his films that I just wish it could have been, done better. The same way how we talk about Ben Affleck with this whole Batman v Superman thing. But what do you think is his best film?
But best performance,
yeah, and
that I enjoyed, I'd have to say iRobot.
There you go. You chose my number one Will Smith film. It was a complete, if you want to call it, Will Smith film. It wasn't too much Will Smith being Fresh Prince. It wasn't that in some of the other things you might see. And I what I liked about it is that I like the whole detective story involved. I like how he played this detective, how he separated himself from the culture of that era, in that futuristic era. He really separated himself in his character. I enjoyed that, and the jokes that he made and so on. I thought they were pretty decent.
I like how he played his vulnerability.
I love all of that as well, yeah. I would say, though, if he had done... And I don't think it's Will Smith's fault. It's the fault of the story, the writers, and all that. But had he done different activities, different things in the last quarter of I Am Legend, I would say that that's Will Smith's best work to date.
What's the problem with the last quarter?
Horse, you have this film where Will Smith is the Omega Man.
I really enjoy that movie as well.
Dude, that's what I'm trying to tell you. But let's unpack it. This movie is taken from the Omega Man with Charlton Heston, because he even take the name Robert Neville that Charlton Heston played. Here's this guy who, it's the whole place is, all the humans are dead and places filled with these crazy zombie type characters, whatever. So he's here and he has to survive. Even though it's a city, but it's now this kind of urban concrete jungle.
Yeah.
It's overrun with animals and these zombie type creatures. And he has all these strict preventative measures.
Yeah.
His military training, which helps him be a survivalist and all this. All the different precautions, bleaching his steps, hunting during the day, and always have this timer to know when the sun goes down, because that's when the zombies come out, and still, living by himself, trying to keep his spirits up. He has his dog. The only thing I didn't like about when he talked to the dog, eat your vegetables. The animal eats meat. I was like, oh god, that part is a little. It's just like, it's too mushy for me, I guess. But fine, whatever, it appeals to a certain sector of the audience. As a producer,
Vegans.
I know I can understand that people love dogs and people love vegetables. But then, in the last half of this whole thing, in the dead of night, he is saved by a woman and a little girl who I'm saying they don't have any military training. He was already doing all kinds of tactics to fight off these zombies, and then from the time the woman and the child show up, it all just went to shit. I'm not saying that I have anything against the woman and the child, but I don't like the idea that happened, which it just obliterates everything that we all journeyed with him throughout the whole film. I'm just saying there could have been another way he could have had the encounter. I'm not saying don't have that situation with the woman and the child, but the way in which it happened, it doesn't make any sense to me. And I think it's a writing issue.
I'm not sure I fully agree.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. That happened after the dog died?
Yes.
Okay, so then in that, his mental state would have deteriorated at a certain point. His only companion is now gone.
No problem with that, dude. That adds more depth.
I think that's sellable.
But again, the point that I'm making, the zombies come out at night.
Yes.
They are in their numbers. No matter how much bullets you have, no matter how much army training you could have, whatever, you can't kill off all of them. At some point, they're gonna get you. How the hell, in the dead of night, when he was running or whatever, how the hell he was saved, and the woman took him back to the actual place where he lived? How the hell she knew that? Those are things that it was just like, oh God, come on, man.
Okay. Understand that point. I will have to watch it again to see exactly what happened.
My favorite part in that whole film,
or agree.
My favorite part in that whole film was when he saw the mannequin in the street, where he always knew was placed in a particular position, and he passed a day and see it was different. And the way in which he reacted, I said, geez, man, this could be such a brilliant film, because Will Smith is really carrying the performance. He's carrying this film all the way with all this hard work. And then the woman and child show up, and he dead at night, and they magically teleport into his place unharmed.
I really do have to watch that again, because I think I may switch my choice of best performance from Will Smith.
But I think overall, iRobot really is the best overall performance that Will Smith could do in a film. I wish he could do a lot more, not necessarily science fiction films, but where Will Smith recognizes that people see him as Will Smith in films, but don't mind it. Because in a film like that, I didn't mind it. His character was slightly comical, but when he uses.
Okay, so what do you think of movies like 7 Pounds and Concussion?
I think it's too much emotion. Not that I can't connect with people emotionally.
Think like he's trying too hard to not be Will Smith?
It's too mushy, and the tears part, it's like you could just open a faucet. Sometimes one single. Take a good example, Mickey Rourke in The Wrestler. You've seen The Wrestler.
Yes.
That one moment he had with his daughter, Stephanie, who was played by Evan Rachel Wood. That was so real, so intimate. Yeah, that was her. Where they were in that old abandoned fairground. That's why he was also lauded for that performance.
Yes.
He could pull it back and reserve it for a sweet spot like that.
Yeah. I agree. I totally agree. It was a cool movie.
Yeah.
But I sense we're trying to invoke tears here. How's it going, guys?
Brilliant.
That's
yes.
too much for me.
That's exactly it, dude. I would love the opportunity to direct Will Smith or an actor with his capabilities as well. I would do some things differently. Hey guys, thanks for watching. And if you like this video and you want to see more, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and SoundCloud. And check out my film series, available on Vimeo On Demand. Links are in the description. Thanks for stopping by.